Hi everyone. So today we're going to show you one last craft before you get back into those classrooms, and I'm going to show you how to make this cute fish using either ribbon or paper. So here's a contrast colour, and you can make them any size you want. I've made this eensy weensy tiny little one here, and you see the size of him in comparison to the big fish. So you can make them any size you want, but today we're going to make them this size. So if you put these hanging into a jar, you can make a little aquarium if you want to, or a shoebox might be a good idea. So what we need is you need a scissors, you need a marker just to make his eye at the end, you need a ruler, some paper or some ribbon, and when you get your ribbon or the paper, what you want is you want 4 strips that are 1 foot by 1 centimetre. So 1 foot long or 30 centimetres by 1 centimetre wide. Okay, so just to show you how it's done, I'm using contrast colours, but you can use all the same colour and it comes out just as nice as well. So you don't need 2 contrast colours. So 4 strips, 2 of each colour. So when you get your foot long or your 30 centimetres long, bend them all in half and squish them there at the midpoint. Doesn't matter if it's exactly in the midpoint, it doesn't matter, that's okay. So your first one, put it like that, straight up away from you. The second one, you're going to wrap it round, so get the bottom part in under it and pull it across so it's snug with the other one, and bring it a little bit down from the top. The third one, which is the original colour, you bring underneath the last one you've just put in and you push it up. So you're kind of making like a square, or this is the start of a St. Bridget's Day cross as well. So the last one then, like the others, it's going over to the side that's not finished in your plus sign. Okay, so you bring the bottom part in under here. This is the tricky one because this is what knits it all together. So you have to get the 2 end bits and go into the middle of the first one. And then when you pull, this is the hardest part of the whole lot. Then when you pull them all together, they should all fit snugly just like that. So this is what you get. Like that. Okay, so now what you do is you get the first bit of the top part away from you and you bend it straight down, and then maybe make a bit of a crease here. So that's the one down. Take the one to your right and bend it over and squeeze it. Take the top part of the bottom one to your left and bring it up to the top. And then the top one of the left hand side, now this is the one that will knit all those together. So this goes into this part here. This is the tricky part. And once you pull that in, you see that? Once you pull it in, that will knit it all together again. So now it's sturdier than it was. What you do then is you flip the whole thing over and you do exactly the same thing. You get your top right hand one, but this time you're going to slot it into the contrast colour down below and bring it down. So that's your top one. Then you get your right hand one at the top, or your right hand at the bottom, and bring it over and slot that through the contrast colour. So you're making a plus sign each time. Then your bottom left one, you take that up and you slot that through at the top and bring it through. Push it up. And then the last one that's left is the top one on the left hand side. You bring it over this way. This is quite complicated and tricky. Your first couple of times you tried this, you will get confused. It took me about 5 times to get this right. So this will be a good practice thing for you. So now, this is what it should look like again, but it's far more sturdy in the middle. Okay? So now what you do is turn it sideways. So you have the long bits at the back, and you're going to do exactly the same thing. Get the top one and slot it through. So you're making it stronger each time. Get the right one and bring it through, slot it through here. Take the bottom one and slide it up in through that one, and then take the left hand side and slide it over in under the contrast colour and bring it across. So now you should have the same colour going up this way, the same colour going this way, same colour going this way, and 2 of the same colour going this way. So now we're going to create the head of the fish. So if you look at this here, we need to just have tails coming out of these final 4 here. So we have to get rid of this one and this one. So the way to get rid of this one is to bring it over and slide it under through here, through the contrast colour, and bring it over. Now we still haven't made the head, but you can't bring that down here because there's nowhere to slot it. So we know it's that one that has to go down. So you just turn it over and then slot it through this lad down here. Bring it down. So now you can see you've made the first part of the head, but we still have these spare parts. So we have to get rid of those. So to get rid of those, we take this one here and slide it in under this fella. And you're nearly there now. You have to turn it around again and get this one in under here. It makes sense after you have your first one done. In the beginning, it doesn't make sense. So now we're getting the shape of the fish. See? With the body of the fish, the head of the fish, and now we have to cut the tails. So what you do now is you get your scissors, and if you look at this one that's a finished one here, the outside fins are small and the other fins are longer. So we'll do the small ones first. You just go about 1 centimetre down and you cut it kind of in a sort of a scoop direction, sort of in and around. Then turn this over. You leave the long side at the outside. So 1 centimetre down, and we kind of go in a scoop, and that's our short fins done. Now for the long fins, what we do is we go further out, so further out, longer out here, cut down, and then give it a little twirl at the end. So it's kind of curved at the end. And the same with this side. We go across here, make sure they're kind of even. And now we have our little fish. All we have to do then is give him an eye. So this is where you get your marker. Now if you have the little googly eyes, you can stick on googly eyes, or if you have a puncher, you can cut out little eye shapes and stick it on with glue. But I think this is just as handy. Just do a little eye at the top, and there you go. Little fishy ready to go for a swim. Try that at home and make an aquarium of fish.